This is Sexy Funny Raw, where we chat all about the world of sex, from dating and relationships all the way to the adult industry itself. I'm Silvia Saige, and this is my Pornspective, answering all the questions you weren't even brave enough to ask Google. Get ready, because Sexy Funny Raw starts now.
What is up? Oh my God, our head nods were on key there.
Hey, we're in that
I
sync,
didn't even know. We were in the zone. I love it. I'm Silvia Saige. Welcome back to another episode of Sexy Funny Raw. And I am here with my co-producer, Mr. Alexander, who is also the new, what is it, director? It's not director. Is it director of cybersocket.com? So huge. And thank you to our sponsors, both Fleshbot and CyberSocket, for having us here. Woohoo! Letting us bring our show every other week to you when I remember to record shows.
Well, it's the thing, like, you literally just got in from Vegas, like, literally, and you always look so fresh and on point. I'm like, girl, and then it's like, sometimes it's like, I know what you did last night.
Do you know how hard it was for me to be fresh and on point today? It was I was driving back from Vegas last night, and it was like, so late, and I had a VR scene that day, which is super hard, and it's just a really long day, and it's super drawn out. And I was so exhausted because I drove there that morning. I left at like 4 a.m. to get out there. And then I was driving back last night, and I stopped at 2 separate hotels because I was scaring myself driving home because it was like my vision was getting blurry. And I was like, you have that death grip on the steering wheel, and it was like gusty winds, and you've got the semis. And I was like, I'm going to die. And I felt like every song that kept coming on my stereo was like, she's going to die soon. And it was just like every song was like, you're going towards your death, like pull off of the road or you're going to die. And I was like, maybe
it's
like the heavens, the heavens are telling me I'm about to die now. And it was like so crazy. So yeah, I pulled off, but I ended up having to drive home. All the hotels were booked.
You should have called me. I would have talked to you.
It was so bad. I was like, it was a rough position, but we're here. I masturbated like 17 times this morning so I could get all my endorphins up really high. That's what I did. That's how I do it. It's just
makes
pure
other people
masturbation.
sleepy. But it makes you, like, awake?
Oh, it does. If I'm actually feeling sleepy, well, it can do both ways. If I want to take a nap, I can take a masturbation nap into a coma. But I can also masturbate to get energy because it releases those endorphins.
Maybe you're a Latino man because, like, it's like 20 times a day and we're still like, still got to do it.
Got to do it.
Yep.
I need it more.
That's why we have so many babies. It's just like,
yeah, no. And Latino men have great dicks.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen yours personally, but from everything I know of Latino men. Okay. So let's bring in our guest because we have some amazing guests here today. To my right is Miss Sally Mullins. And I know that we have a thing here, and I know that I'm supposed to read this, but can I just tell you from the bottom of my heart that Sally Mullins is probably one of my favorite humans on planet Earth. I have known her since I moved to Los Angeles. She's a stand-up comedian. She also does porn. She does MILF and GILF porn. But I met you on the comedy scene, and we actually did some porns together. We've done some clip art together, some clip stuff. But Sally, without having any of your recognitions on here, she's truly one of the most motivational people I've ever met. Your attitude towards everything in life is so amazing. You're fucking outstandingly hilarious, and I just love everything about you. So that's my Sally Mullins. I don't even need to read this because I love her so very much. I would I would kiss the ground you walk on. I love you so much.
Gosh. That's another fetish video we have to do.
Yeah.
Sylvia is hilarious. I mean, I met her as a comedian, and then I was like, oh, you do porn, and I got her to do some fetish shoots with me. I got to spank her.
Yes.
And she's just so cool as a person and so fun to be around. And your comedy is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Very funny.
Thank you.
Very funny.
Thank you, ma'am.
Also joining us today from my side of the porn world, Beau Butler is that muscle hunk, that hot namer that you've always had a crush on.
Yes, he is.
And he's one of the newest faces and other body parts to hit the scene. Falcon Studios' Naked Sword quickly signed him faster than any other signing I've ever seen. So he's an exclusive there, and he's already racked up a number of hot scenes with a variety of the top names in the industry. He's an exhibit
Get it?
Can't
You
even
can
say
do it. You can do it.
Exhibitionist at heart. Jeez, that was hard for
That
me.
is a hard one. Yeah, it's a hard word.
But he's also a teddy bear. Please welcome Beau Butler, who has not spanked me, by the way.
Yes.
Yet.
Those were some hot photos up there. And I think
Steamy.
that's what I do get from you. You just said like the boy next door. You do very much have that boy next door vibe. And you're like, am I going to fuck the kid who lives next door? Am I? You know?
You probably are.
I was going to say, yeah, probably.
And he's like that soap opera hunk, too, that we all grew up and jerked off to.
Yeah.
Remember Beau on Another World? He kind of reminds me a little bit of Beau. Y'all are
I don't
too
even
young.
remember I don't
guys
remember
are
that
too
show.
young.
I remember Saved by the Bell. I remember
Yes.
Mario Lopez on Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Different. It's just a little different genre. That's all.
GILF.
Yes.
That is funny. GILF. Like, what age does one become a GILF?
Okay.
Because we know a MILF is like
I was going to say,
28.
is there
Yeah.
a line? Is there a line?
Now they are shooting granny porn age 45.
Oh,
Is that what it
that's
is?
not right.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's right either.
No.
That's fucked up.
No.
Yeah.
Glenn Close is like, really?
Yeah.
She can't win an award. She might as well, start doing
I will not be ignored.
Yeah.
spoiled bunny.
When did you decide to get into to the adult side?
Well, I have done fetish ever since I started comedy because I needed money.
Really?
I started fetish in Y2K.
Yeah. I love it. We thought the internet was going to leave us forever.
Yeah.
Remember we were grabbing our cash from the ATMs and all
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Well, I was like, let me get all this porn online because everything's going to blow up anyway, and
Yeah.
then no one will know. Let me spank all these people, and then I'm out of here with money.
Yeah. Y2K is going to come out and wipe it all out.
Y2K has my back.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And now, yeah.
So yeah, after not getting rich doing spanking and getting tied up and trying to tie people up, I got into hardcore in like 2017.
Yeah, nice. I love
That's
it.
recent-ish. Well, no, I
Yeah.
guess 2017 is
Not as recent as Beau.
Yeah.
Beau just jumped into this whole arena during COVID. You're a porn COVID baby,
Yes.
basically.
There's a few of us.
Yeah.
There's a few of us. We started on OnlyFans in the middle of the pandemic.
Wow.
And now we're just doing the whole thing.
I hate you. No, I'm just kidding. Do you know how much disgusting seedy shit I did along the way?
I'll just take that contract right now.
Yeah.
Spanking.
I will have you know, though, we're talking about the business side of porn today.
Yeah.
Beau's personality and his work ethic, and this is what I've heard from so many other stars that work with you, that's what has made him progress so quickly.
Yeah.
We know a lot of newbies that come to the industry and then they're gone within a year or two,
Well,
and they're terrible to work with.
Yeah,
and-
because they don't want to do anything. They got into porn because they thought they wouldn't have to work. And then they're like, oh, I got to do stuff here, too. Like, it's not just showing up and sucking dick.
That's the thing. A lot of people think it's going to be easy.
And it's
It's
so
hard
not.
work,
It
long
really,
days.
truly
Yeah,
is.
Yeah.
I mean, you're only shooting your own stuff, right?
No. I'm working with Falcon Naked Sword.
Oh, okay. But you started just shooting your own.
Yeah.
So, but when you're doing that when you're in COVID, so, I mean, you're like the rest of us. We were all just trying to depend on OnlyFans and do what we could do. But are you shooting every day? Are you that avid of a worker?
I was.
There's a
so-
lot of content, I will say.
Yeah.
Well, so at the beginning, I wanted to set my prices at $10, but I wanted to have a product people wouldn't feel gypped for
Right.
subscribing to.
Right.
So I just went nuts.
Yeah.
Nanners. Like, just tried to get 10 or 15 videos on that
All the
thing.
nuts you could get.
All the nuts
Yeah.
I could get.
Literally,
Yeah,
sweetie.
literally.
Yeah. So, yeah, I went a little crazy at the beginning. And then
Yeah.
I stayed in that headspace. And then people were like, stop, you're making us look bad. You're doing too much. So then out of respect for
Oh my God!
Yeah.
No, don't give them that respect.
Yes.
You just grind. That's what you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. You're like, everyone else isn't doing as well. I'll slow down. You're like the bell curve at school. You're like, okay.
Is that the only thing that curves?
Yeah. Oh, well, hello.
It's like, hi, here I am. Happy COVID.
Sally, did you start at OnlyFans?
No, I worked for Score in 2017.
Score.
Yes.
And actually, Sylvia,
name.
you booked me. You got me a male talent to work with on my first porn that I just produced myself in a motel, and the guy was really cool. His name was Brad Hart.
Yep.
And Sylvia got him to come over and fuck me, and we filmed it. And
he's super hot.
He's super nice and hot. And I interviewed him too. Like,
is that awkward to be like?
Because you first started doing
I'm weird.
What was your cougar show?
I had a show. Yeah.
But so basically what the show is, because I love this idea. Basically what it was is I'm like, let me tell them. I got it. Tell them I will. Okay.
Calm down, bitch.
I know. I'm so excited. I love her so much. Okay. So I'm like fangirl. I'm a fangirl for Sally. So basically what it was is it was a cougar show where she would interview them. She would find them like
Craigslist casual encounters.
Yeah, she would do ads.
Craigslist.
Have them come over, do a pre-interview of if they had slept with a woman her age or not, and then they would have sex, not film that, and then they would do a post-interview of how he felt after the sex.
She described it perfectly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Is that not awesome?
I love that.
Yes.
It was a fun show.
And then you do these interviews with these kids afterwards. But it's funny because I've watched them. So the interviews first, they're like nervous and they don't really know what's going on. And then they're not even really sure if they're going to really fuck her.
Yeah.
They have really no idea like if it's true. And then they go off camera and they fuck and then they come back and then you see the guy and he's like, yeah, I mean, and he's just like so like he's a different human. He's
it's like
just
a Sean Cody video.
Yeah.
It's
so great. I just love the concept altogether. Did you abandon it?
Well,
when they took away
Dronebox
Craigslist
went away. Yeah, it was that, and also Dronebox. Like the studio stopped doing original content. They just became like a studio for rent. But I missed it, and I tried to bring it back in various formats. But once Trump got into office, people were like, "I don't want to be on something that could affect my career. Like if I go into politics." Like he inspired too many people.
Wow.
And
Yeah, but we saw what he's done, and he was president. So, I mean, it's like, really, what could you do that's so awful?
Yeah,
I know.
you're like, sweetie, you're answering Craigslist ads to fuck me. Like, you're not gonna be president. I don't know how to tell you this. Like,
yeah. Basically, you're fucking me. You're not going to be president.
if you're fucking me, you're not gonna be president either.
You don't know that.
I could see you as first lady. I could totally.
Oh my
God,
God, I
no.
could see you as first lady.
Oh no,
Absolutely.
God, you guys have very different visions of me than I do. That is not the vision.
Does not want that
have.
gig.
I don't want the gig. I don't want it. No, I don't want to have to be politically correct because I don't know. I'm really hard. I'm really bad. Like I'm just. You've seen me. I just blanked on somebody's name. I said 15 times in an interview, and then like at the end, I'm like, "What was his name?"
That happens.
I'm super like I'm like drafty in the brain, you know, like things come and
You
go.
also do like 4 projects a day.
Yeah,
I mean, so,
maybe. So
And
that's
isn't
probably
Mercury
it.
in retrograde right now?
Is that what it
It
is?
stopped, thank
Oh,
God.
it stopped? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know it looking at my life,
Yeah.
but it stopped for some people.
I love it. So do you feel like now, Beau, that now that you're signed and now that you're with Falcon, do you feel like your OnlyFans has jumped? Do you feel like it's taken a back seat? Do you feel like studio is more important to you now?
No, because studio work is great. It gets me out there, which feeds
The name.
my OnlyFans, right? So that was the purpose, was to not be like a flash in the frying pan on Twitter, was to have some longevity, get more people there subscribing. But OnlyFans is bread and butter.
It is
It's
bread
just
and butter.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Sally, you got to get on this bread and butter.
Yeah, I need more bread and butter. Yeah, Granny
Yes.
needs some parquet
Yes.
or whatever.
I'm telling you, there's a little something for everybody out there on
Yes.
this OnlyFans. It is amazing.
Well, the more niche you are, too, the more successful you become.
yes.
Yeah.
And
My OnlyFans is a lot of role plays. I mean, I loved doing like the solo stuff.
Yeah.
Over, like weird role plays and weird dirty talk and Granny. You know?
What's the weirdest thing do you think that you've
please,
done?
Sally, because they don't understand who you are yet.
I've done so many weird things.
Yes.
Like that show was really fun and chill. And
Yeah.
guys coming
That's
to my
such a great
house.
show.
Like one guy came on a scooter, you know, and it was one guy used his brother's fake ID And then I had to be like, no.
Oh my
I
God,
couldn't.
seriously?
Yeah. There was all kinds
You're
of
like, bring your
weird
brother.
stuff.
Yeah.
I was
Your
basically
brother can
like,
come, but you can't be
He's
here.
like, this doesn't look like you. You know,
Oh,
he's like,
no.
It's not. I just
Oh,
want
my
to fuck an
God.
older lady. You know?
Wow. He was really trying, though. You got to
Yeah.
give him credit for
I
that.
know. I'm like, call me when you're 18. you
Right.
know?
I'll be even older then. This will be great for you. Yeah.
Hilarious. No, I used to work in this fetish dungeon. I've done crazy shit. I've nailed a guy's balls to a chair. He wanted me to. I didn't want to, and that was part of the thrill for him. You know.
Did they bleed?
No, it was
It
like
was right
his
through the
sack,
sack skin.
and
Yeah.
then the chair was.
Look at your face. That's my
like,
face.
Yeah,
That's my face.
the chair was like fake leather, and I, he had to be like, that wasn't so bad, was it? You know.
So he was like loving
I
this.
was the bitch.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it either. I've had men ask me to step on their balls too, and I'm like,
That's very
can't
popular.
do it.
You haven't done that?
No,
You should do it.
I'm afraid to pop one.
You
God.
should do
Oh,
it,
God,
roller
God.
girl. You should do it. Step on some balls.
You're down to step on them.
Yeah.
Now, do you crush or you just lay your foot?
You know what I did? I think you put your heel like where I put the nail.
No, you
Yeah.
don't.
No.
Oh,
if
on
it
the
goes to the
sack.
skin,
On
you
the
can't feel the
sack.
effect. Like some men
Yeah.
will have that pierce, and it feels it's sensation. You don't actually touch
Go the
like the
ball.
ball.
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
skin around it, which we know
Okay.
can stretch from here to across the room.
Okay. See, I
Okay.
didn't think it was that. I thought it
Yeah.
was like actually like smush my
No,
ball.
that would literally explode them.
That's
Oh,
what
God.
I was thinking, and I was like, I can't physically do that to someone because I don't want to. Well, for one, feel like it's a criminal act. I feel like that's somehow
Assault.
hurting. Yeah, thank you, assault. Like that has to be something that can't be legal for. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
maybe if you have them sign like 10,000 waivers, like
Yeah.
even if I put you in the emergency room, you lose a testicle. This isn't on me. Like
It's like,
I don't know.
I lost my testicle to Silvia Saige. and I got this
Now
t-shirt.
it's in a jar. Yeah.
Oh God! I bet there's something out there for that.
Oh,
Oh, there
110%.
is.
You don't think that men who have had their balls or whatever, like if cancer or something, you don't think they keep them? I think they would keep them.
Why?
I don't know, because I feel like men are really attached to their balls.
Yeah.
That is
I
true.
think they would.
Yeah.
We love our
yeah.
balls.
I don't think
Oh,
you'd just
yeah.
be like, you know what, doc, you keep it. Like, I feel like they'd be like, I want those
There's
balls
some weird
back.
doctor out there with like closet full of balls.
I could see a
Tennis,
guy
anyone?
on like a first date being like, "Don't worry, honey, I got balls." You know,
Yeah.
just some dumb shit.
By the way, it's like some cancer doctor, and he's telling all these patients they have cancer and really don't, just to get their
God.
balls.
That's
He's like a ball
terrible.
collector.
Oh my God.
That's a movie. We should make the movie.
I did have a mole removed, and he asked me if I wanted to keep it.
Did
I
he
was
keep
like,
it?
He was just on
He's
the
walking
table.
around like a fake one. He's
You
like,
can
it's
have
my
it."
beauty mark.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, thank you.
He asked you if you wanted to keep
I
your
wanted to
mole.
keep it.
That is weird,
Although you
though.
could sell that stuff to your fans.
No,
You could.
totally could. Now, let me ask you about fetish.
Yeah.
Were you involved in fetish world at all? And how far would you be willing, like if Falcon said, hey, we want you to do this, are you comfortable in the fetish world?
Yeah, I work with Rope Train Keep. He's my dom. He's like a big fetish guy in Portland. And his brand of dom, though, is like a loving, caring dom, like very emotionally dominant.
like
too.
a daddy dom.
Like a daddy dom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
It's very popular.
Yeah.
Very
So
popular.
it's like a good vibe for me. Like
Yeah.
and it turns out really hot. I hadn't done it before, but well, I did like little stuff. Like I would
Like
get
what's
tied
little?
up and and then
See what guys say?
I
I'm into fetish, and they're like, I wear a jockstrap. I'm like, you dirty whore.
yeah. No, I would be tied up and blindfolded and I like
We've all been to
rough.
jail. That's like,
Yeah.
So what is the fetish about the jock? You mentioned this jockstrap. Is it just because like
Oh, it's
you're
so hot.
because
But
your
it's not a
ass is
fetish.
open?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
and it's like high school sports.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
usually sweatier
Okay.
men. Plus, you get to see the perfect part. Like, I don't know if we have Bo's jockstrap picture,
Do
but
we?
you get to
Do we?
see.
Do we have it?
yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
so I'm just gonna point out,
Hot.
like you get to see the bulge, you get to see the outline, and then if it turns around, you get to see
Bare
that, but then you
butt.
get to see the
Yeah.
legs. It's like the masculinity on display without being fully nude.
Here's my question, because
cute.
I don't obviously have never worn a jockstrap. So where does a jockstrap go in the back? Because I know it comes to your butt. So is your butthole open in a jockstrap? Just your dick is in that little pouch,
Yeah.
right? And then it goes to the
It keeps it up
side.
like an underwire
The
bra.
two straps
I love it.
reach around to the front.
Okay, so now that makes it hotter. I
Yeah.
get why.
Well, and
it's
the
even
butt's always
hotter.
lifted, so even if
Yes.
like somebody doesn't have the
Yeah.
best butt, which is a little there's deception there.
Yeah.
It's like a wonder bra because
Yeah.
you'll be at like one of these parties where it's like jockstrap party, and you're like,
Yeah.
ooh, and then you get it home, it's like on
Yeah.
the floor, and you're like, oh.
Well, that's titties too. Like when I wear like a bra and they're like all pushed up, and I'm like, ooh, look at that cleavage. Then they take them off, and I'm like, they're in my armpits now. So they.
No.
Girl, that is not true. No, girl, they are just like still like, hello.
Hi. We're still talking. We're still right here.
They look good.
Well, thanks, guys. Let's talk about how good my boobs look
Well, your
somewhere.
eyes are so pretty.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
my God.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not everybody notices right away.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
Okay, you guys. So, one thing that happens on this show, because we are a sex education podcast, so I like to do a word of the day where I will tell you a word and then you will guess what the word is. And then when you can't guess it, I'll tell you what it actually is. So, we have a little bit of learning on here.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
Okay. I'm not.
This is Silvia Saige's sexy, funny, raw word of the day. Do you know what it is?
Does Sylvia know how to pronounce it? Here we go. Let's find out. Anastemophilia. Say it.
Exactly it. Anastemophilia.
Anastemophilia. You have to sound it out. Anastemophilia. What do you think that this term may mean?
Is this a fart fetish?
It's a possibility.
When you get off on somebody being like under, like out.
That is
Oh,
so
like
close.
they're
I
passed
thought
out?
I thought you were gonna say. Oh, you mean passed out?
Like under anesthesia.
Oh, that is interesting, actually, but that's not it.
No.
That is interesting.
That
I
is
wonder what
interesting.
That is called.
I bet there is a fetish.
No, I know some guys want to be with the chloroform and then
Yeah.
be out
Yeah.
and then know that you're going to be doing stuff to them.
Wait,
Yep.
you're having chloroform sex?
Sleepy fetish, right?
Yeah.
Sleepy fetish, I
Sleepy
understand, but the
fetish.
chloroform is a real thing.
Because then you're out and then like your body relaxes and it's like that. What I'm assuming being like a femdom is that it's total you giving
Control.
yourself up.
Yeah.
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 Oh, and people get G'd out, and then there's filmed them.
But how can you feel it? How can you enjoy it?
I mean, for
I
like,
don't understand.
for like
I
the
don't
G out, it's
understand.
more about like the hunt and knowing that it's
Yeah.
that energy. But like on Grindr, when people say like P and P, that's party and play. That means like you're gonna get totally wasted and just like passed around. Like yeah,
It's a vibe.
yeah, it is a vibe.
Okay, there's just so much I don't know.
It's kind of creepy to
Okay.
be around, but that's the vibe.
It's all coming back to me from Craigslist casual encounters.
This kind of stuff happens in the casual encounter.
Like they do
community?
use a lot of like PMP,
Slang.
you know,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
like we're gonna get fucked up as
Okay.
well as have sex.
Wait, before we go, I have to tell. We're going.
Oh,
but
are we
before
allowed
we
to
go into a new
cuss?
thing? Yeah, for sure.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I wouldn't know any other way to speak. Okay, so so what?
She orders for
I know.
Postmates. How about my motherfucking lasagna?
Yeah, I have no idea how to do it. Okay, so what it actually means is a fetish for partners who are much shorter or taller than yourself.
Oh, that's cool.
I understand the fetish for tall. I don't for short, but that's to each their own. It's just not my thing personally. I don't think I could kiss a man shorter than me.
Oh, there's so many men shorter than you.
Have
though.
your
You're
fans
nice and tall.
know.
just unsubscribe from
I
your
know.
OnlyFans. They're like, what?
They're like, can't do it. I did. Okay, I had one guy that was shorter than me, and he actually, on our first date, I kind of called him out for it because he lied. It was through a dating app, and he lied on the app about his height. And when he got there, I was like, great, well, there's no way you're that height because I'm this height and you're shorter than me. So, and his personality took over, and I really actually liked him, and I did date him for a little while, but it didn't.
That's
But
good
it
to hear.
didn't work out, probably because of the height. But I mean, I get it. Do you fetishize over anyone of different heights? Is that a thing?
I don't care if guys are shorter. Is the
You
only
don't care.
thing. Like I totally have an open mind to that. I mean, I'm 5'8", and the guys in LA are like pretty short. So
Yeah.
you know,
the average is about like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No.
How do you feel? Do you have a fetish, one way or the other?
I like when it's not like a fetish, more of a kink of when somebody's like way bigger than me and can pick me up. And, like, 'cause it makes me
Yes.
feel petite.
That's how same. I have that same fetish. That's why I'm like
Like
I like a
super
big,
sexy.
tall. Yeah,
Like a
'cause
big
I'm
wolf.
like,
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just,
I
ooh.
think because too in porn I always have to be the dominating person. So I like it when in my real life someone can dominate
total
me.
sense.
For
Yeah,
sure,
I'm like,
for
I just want to
sure.
be thrown around because I have to illustrate the whole fucking porn all the time. You know?
Why do you always have to be dominant? I mean, because you're so incredibly ladylike too. Like that's the one thing I like about your porn is that you're so ladylike.
I think it's because for one, I'm always playing the MILF. And for two, which is so weird, it's because I'm brunette. They make brunettes the more aggressors and make the blondes the more like, oh, I had no idea.
Do you know what a good point that is? That's what they do in action films. Notice every blonde in an action film is always like, oh, save me.
Innocent.
Like, I can't shoot this gun. But brunettes are always like,
The strong figure.
yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, and it's the truth. It's so crazy. That's why you're so innocent, Sally.
well, Granny always has to be the aggressor.
Yeah.
What is the fetish about somebody wanting their like mom, like stepmom, whatever? I mean,
Taboo.
that's like
Tabooness.
having a daddy. And for us, a daddy means you could be 40 all the way to like dead. But like knowing that there's GILF, that's certainly a separate than MILF. What do you think is the attraction there?
I think it is older MILFs. I think that's mainly what it is. It's not always a granny thing specifically for your grandma or for someone else's grandma. It's just like I am open to older women. They can be 60, 70. I really don't put a cap on it kind of thing. And it's really just older MILFs.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And like I said, it's become, 45 years old?
Which is crazy.
I don't think you could have an 18-year-old grandson if you're 45 years old, really. So, but you know, a lot of the times in granny porn, they make you say, I'm not your real grandma, by the way. You know?
Like you're married and that's the same way they would, mommy.
Like disclaimer, a big backstory about how we found you and raised you like our own. And now I'm going to fuck you. You're going to college.
Happy Thanksgiving.
If you fuck grandma, I'll send you to college. Yeah.
Scholarship.
I got these savings bonds for you. You want to earn them?
Yeah. Come and get this college money.
Bonds. I love it. Savings bonds.
That's what grandmas used to be able to get. Just like, in 45 years, you can get $5.
Yeah.
Or I'll just put it in your birthday card.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, those $5
Oh my God.
add up.
I love it.
But even that, like stepdad, it's very popular in gay because we've all fantasized about our like uncle figures or the manly figures when we were young. You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
I never fantasized about uncles. I definitely had cute cousins I fantasized about. That was always my thing. But they were older cousins. They were like way out of my age range. Like I was like 8 and they were like 20. And I'm like, oh, they're so old.
Well, yeah.
For
They're
sure.
older than you. Sure.
Yeah,
That's
they got
hot.
a car.
Yeah.
You know?
But isn't it weird? Like it's the same idea, but if we were watching cousin porn, it wouldn't be as hot as like stepbrother.
Because it's
or
not as
stepdad
taboo.
porn.
That which is why again the GILF is so popular because it's so taboo. It's like that's the thing. You're like, oh, I'm not supposed to like that old of a woman, and it just gets to a even like. Which is why the mommy stuff, my biggest selling porn is where I don't even say stepmom, and it is my actual son, which we all know I have no children, but it's my
Same.
actual son who is a year older than me, but
You're grounded.
yeah, but that's my biggest one, and it's because I convince him. I drunkenly come home and convince my actual son to have sex with me, and people are like, I mean, it is my highest selling porn, my biggest viewed porn. It's the one where the most people with blue check marks slide into my DMs about creepers. Yeah. So that is the one, and it's the more taboo, the better. It's so crazy.
I want to watch that one now. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Beau.
Well, I was going to say one of the only OnlyFans I subscribe to are an actual Turkish father and son. They don't do anything
Oh,
together.
I was like,
but they
what?
just- but
See us all were like,
I know what.
because it got me in. They were like, oh, only real father and son OnlyFans. I was like, what are they doing in there?
But what are they doing?
They're just posing naked.
But together.
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna tell you, and this happened maybe in the last like 5 years. There are actual twin brothers that have a whole series of gay porn, and there's like 3 sets of them.
Yeah.
But they're actual twin brothers. They're
That
not,
are fucking each other.
They are going at it.
Wow.
Can you send me that link?
I will. No, it's Bellamy is the producer of one of them, and they are. I mean, there's no. And they're doing every possible thing that you can.
Do you think that they grew up doing that together? Do you think
Probably.
I I don't know, because they're I mean,
I know.
don't know.
Okay, our personal friend that we have in common, he used to fuck his stepbrother all the time.
Yeah, that's stepbrother.
Yeah.
It's not like you were like in the cradle with somebody, especially twins. I mean, they're in the bathtub together. They're in the cradle. I mean, maybe
in the womb.
I don't know.
Let's go all the way back. Yeah, that's interesting to me. Now, I will say I have a real brother. I can't fathom having sex with him, but I've had dreams where my brother and I like link up, and I'm like, I wake up just like so terrified and like shaking and convulsing, and I'm sweating, but it goes in my brain, and I go there.
Can't control what's happening there.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's a thing. Like, again,
apparently that symbolizes something. I know if you fuck your parent in your dream, you're having inner power struggles with yourself.
Interesting.
So it's like it all kind of means.
So I gotta
something
look
deeper.
it up what that means.
You should look it up.
Yeah.
Because I had this conversation yesterday about why we fantasize about our uncles and things.
Yeah.
But in your brother, your parents probably had you take a bath together because it was just easier.
Oh, 100%.
And so your memory is that's the first naked body you saw.
Yeah.
Not that you were attracted to it. Like we all took
Interesting.
showers with our parents like
Yeah.
when we were little because it literally saved time.
Yeah.
And so your brain remembers those images as the first
Interesting.
nude images.
Plus, my parents, we're British, and British
you guys will do
parents,
anything.
They're always naked, and like even when we were in like middle, like high, like in college, my parents came out here. And we're all sharing a hotel room, and we're walking around naked. I'm like, okay,
that's so
I
weird.
still share a hotel room with my mom, and we walk around naked.
No.
Yeah.
that's cool.
I don't. It doesn't even it doesn't even register in my brain that that's not okay. It's my mom.
My mom and my sister are like that.
Yeah, it's
They-
my mom.
they
I
do
see her
Korean
naked all the
spas
time.
together,
Maybe that's a
and-
mom-daughter
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I think it is.
Also, my mom was always naked. Always growing up. I like. It was never a thing. She was always just like putting on lotion when she got out of the shower, getting dressed, and we were just her kids, and we lived at the house, and we were just seeing my mom naked all the time. Like, sex also was never a taboo topic in my house either. Like I remember being a kid and being at the dinner table and going, I'm too young to hear this conversation, but my family didn't feel that way. They're like, she can hear anything, and I'm like, I don't think so. This feels inappropriate. But yeah, so it was never a weird thing for us.
Well, that's how it should
Nudity,
be.
sexuality.
Yeah.
Like in
any of
Europe,
it.
they don't give a crap. They're, nudities on the TV and all that, but people are better educated. They're not
Yes.
so effed up in the mind about their sexuality.
Yes, prostitution is legal.
I was raised in a Catholic family. I didn't see my grandma in pajamas until I was in college. So now I've got all this weird stuff about nudity and even talking about sex. I haven't had the sex talk
Why?
with my mom.
Because she was fully dressed all the time. Like,
Yeah, we were taught that you leave your room fully dressed.
What?
Your hair done, you brush your teeth, but you come out dressed. That's how
A
you.
lot of pressure.
that's so
Yeah.
much pressure. I would never leave my bedroom.
No.
I mean, there are I look forward to the days where I don't actually on Saturday I know I don't have to wash my hair because we're doing a podcast and it's Skype, so I don't have to be
Zoom,
anywhere.
yeah.
And then I'm Zoom, and then I'm gonna go meet up with a friend to do like physical stuff. So I'm like, I look forward to the days where I'm like, oh, I don't have to do my hair or do my makeup. Like, what a nice day this is gonna be. Like, I will put on a little bit of makeup for you.
You don't have to.
Okay, but
You
not
look
like,
gorgeous
but
without
not like a
makeup.
full face is all I'm saying.
No
So, yeah.
pressure.
I can't
as
imagine.
much as I do.
I can't imagine having to be fully done every time you do something. That's crazy to me. You never left the house in sweatpants growing up.
No, I don't think I even own sweatpants like to this day.
What?
Yeah, and if I'll have a one night stand, I'll just
Look at
like.
she's like as she's in her sweatpants right now. I love it.
But like even if I have a one night stand and they spend the night, I'll get into my pajamas, like my matching top with the silk pajamas.
Oh,
Like, that's
Oh
just
my
kinda
God,
cute.
that's
It's kinda cute. It's just like
adorable.
I just feel weird. Or if somebody goes to bed with me without socks on, I freak out. I'm like
What?
all night long. I'm just like sitting there like sweating. I'm like their feet are bare. It's so weird. It's so
What?
weird. Yeah. It's so
Okay,
weird.
I can't sleep with socks
Me neither.
on.
I
I
can't
think
fall asleep.
yeah,
Oh.
my feet can't be
I
hot.
feel suffocated with
Yeah,
socks
same
on.
same.
Okay, let's get back to the topic.
Hilarious.
I'm really interested. We're talking about the business side of
Yes.
porn. What are the earliest business mistakes that both of you, and we're going to have different input because you're new to it, but we know that people make mistakes entering the business by not even understanding business. So what are some of the mistakes?
I'd say getting into it too freaking late.
Yeah, I always say that.
It's done well for you. Hello.
Yeah, I always say that.
Well, yeah, maybe just I wish I were like a little bit more tech savvy, and when a lot of people I know made money in fetish because they were doing it in the 90s. I mean, they were like advertising in the back of the New Yorker, the personal ads. They were selling VHS in the mail, and they made tons of money then. And then they couldn't really transition to the internet. So I wish I would have like started then and then been able to really be on like the start of the internet.
Yep.
You know, like started earlier. That's all. But that's cool. I did a lot of other cool stuff.
And the reason why a lot of that Dom stuff was in the 90s, because we know Wall Street was going through the roof. And it was all these rich Wall Street men, not necessarily in New York, but throughout, you know, it was with first you got the car phone, and then, you know, you had the phones like this big, and everybody was in their suits. And it was definitely a power play. It was the time where they could release and not have to be in charge of stuff. That's why during the 90s it really blew up.
You know what? I did a Elizabeth Warren porn in 2019, Scoring with Warren.
Oh my God.
You might have seen some of that. That might be where you know me
That
from.
might be where you're thinking.
He's like, that's it. That's it.
So
I have
perfect.
to wear this pain in the ass wig, and I was really hoping she'd get to be president or vice, and then I was just gonna cut my hair because the wig was such a pain. But I want to do one where I'm like getting these Wall Street guys and like, you know, like, that would still be. You're right.
You need to
you
do a
reminded me.
series. That's what you need.
We need
to
to
do.
bring Liz back. It's gonna be with Wall Street. Thank you for
Yeah.
reminding me.
I
That's what
love
I'm here
it.
for.
I say that same thing though. I say when people are like, "What was your biggest regret about the industry?" I'm like, "Not starting sooner. Going to college. That was my biggest regret."
But don't you think you learned like the structure and the business sense of that? I mean, you're one of the smartest business women I know.
Well, thank
in
you
any
very much.
industry.
Thank you. I do say I'm glad I went to college. I'm glad I have the real world experience because I worked in hospitals. I worked in offices. So I had to be at work at 6 a.m., you know, every morning. So it wasn't like I'm not one of the people who's like, oh my God, at 10 a.m. call time, how am I going to make it? I'm up since 5.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to be there at 10 and I'm going to be there at 9:30 being like, do you guys need any help with anything? Like so it made me a better worker for myself. I will say that because in my 20s, I didn't want to work for anyone, let alone myself. I would have been very homeless for a very long time if I would have started this in my 20s. but I wish, with the knowledge, I wish I could go back and start sooner. That's all. Yeah. What was your biggest mistake?
Well, I mean, yeah, starting sooner would have been amazing, especially with the OnlyFans game. I mean, some of these guys are making like 15 to like 50 grand a month,
Right.
because
Easy.
they've been accumulating since the very beginning.
Right.
It's like
2016.
crazy money, right? And
Yeah.
I like hopped into it right when everybody was catching wind that it was good money.
Right.
Which, Sally, you're so creative too. You would have so much
Yes.
fun with it, and it's like
I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm on it. Yeah, like definitely. I just gotta hustle more.
Yeah.
Just like everyone.
Well-
all the hints you can give me, I'm all about.
Yeah.
it.
absolutely.
Hell yeah. Thank
oh
you.
yeah. And then, so I guess my biggest mistake so far is being reckless with my Instagram. I just lost 30,000 followers, and it was growing so fast.
Did
and
Instagram
picking
close you down?
up- Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
They're on the attack. They're on
They
the attack.
are.
they're taking everybody down.
Especially
right
for
now.
sex workers. I just got another hit the other day that I did something wrong, and I'm like, oh my God.
What do you think it was that got you in trouble with them this time?
Well, from the gate, I feel like once you're on a list and they dub you a solicitor, which we are, you know, we're peddling our porno videos,
Right.
but you have to like do it really low key. Like, actually, you just can't do it at all on Instagram. You gotta just
Right.
have, yeah.
Even the hashtags, and it's like a chain or like a row of dominoes.
Yeah.
If they cancel one person, they're going to see who they were following and what kind of interaction. But then if there's a hashtag like male booty is a popular hashtag, they're going to look at who's showing their ass on there,
Yeah.
and then they're going to go after them.
Well, they took me down, and then boom, my friends after. And then
Wow.
even some of my friends with
Whoa.
like 500,000 followers are
That
starting
scares
to
the shit out of
get
me.
little threats, like little like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, watch out. What they're doing now is for anybody, they're saying with an OnlyFans, but it's targeted towards gay men, basically, is you cannot link anything anymore.
Yeah, my assistant just told me yesterday, she was like, do not link your OnlyFans on your Instagram anymore at all. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
Well, they've been flagging me for that for like 6 months.
Wow.
So I stopped 6 months ago.
I don't ever link it, but sometimes if I'm I'll make a video and I'll go, it's on my OnlyFans, you know? Like I don't
Yeah.
link anything, I just say it, but I
So
think.
like the new term is like, you know where to find this.
Yeah.
But one of our friends teddy bear. We interviewed
Yes.
him. They took his linking. He can't even link to anything because
Yeah.
he was linking.
Oh,
so
no.
that feature's taken away from him.
Oh, he
and he's
lost
probably
the
gonna
link.
get shut down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
He's got almost 100,000 followers.
Yeah, that's crazy. They are really sticklers, and for people in our industry specifically. Have you ever have you had stuff taken
They're
off?
starting to like take certain photos down. Like I have podcast, Porn Mom
Yes.
podcast, and they have been messing with that a little bit. So
Does the podcast have its own Instagram page?
no,
Oh, it's yours.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they're messing with that.
They just want to have hashtag Porn Mom podcast. They
It's
seem to
'cause you put
zero in.
porn.
Porn, that's it.
The word porn.
It's,
Yes,
it's
the
robots.
word, yeah.
Robots monitor words, and if you anything about fans, they'll start flagging you. And
Yeah.
you know.
And the sad thing, it really does affect your pocketbook. It's not like
100%.
what a pain in the ass to whatever. That's how you market.
It is marketing.
And I'll tell you, us porn fans, if it's not right in front of our face, we're just
Out
going
of
to move
sight,
on
out
to
of mind.
something else. Yeah, we're not going to go
sure.
searching. And then if it's canceled again, we're just like, give up.
Even if you have a favorite porn star and you're like,
That's
this is my
exactly right.
favorite person, and if they just go away, you might 6 months later go, I wonder whatever happened to that person.
exactly right.
But you don't really look into it. You might go, oh, did they have a baby or something? Because I had a favorite. I had a favorite porn star from back in the day, and I remember when I got into porn, I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if she still works." Because I was like,
Who was it?
my God, I don't even think I can remember her name now. But so this was when porn was still VHSs, and we had my group of girlfriends. We all had this one porn, and it was like a construction worker porn, and we would all pass it around. So we would like share this porno. And I just remember this one like construction movie, and I was like in love with all the scenes, and like I can't remember what her name was to save my life, but I remember searching her, and she did have a baby because that was it. I was like, oh, is she still in porn? And then it was like retired, had a couple kids, blah blah blah, got married, and I was like, damn it.
It's usually when you have a kid or two is usually when you get out of porn or comedy, or anything.
Yeah, true though. Well, they take up all your time, so that's what it is. Sally's has the same. We have the same views on
Pets.
children.
I have a lot of pets, and they do take up a lot of time. By the
Me
way, I
too.
do
Cats
cat
are
rescue.
assholes.
Oh, I was just saying I do cat rescue. I'm like, I guess you're not interested.
Yeah.
I will not do that
Do-
GoFundMe.
I was gonna say, do not send them to me. I will keep them, and I do not need any more cats. No, my 2 is good enough.
Okay.
How many do you have at your house right now?
Oh my God, I have 10 pets of my own.
Wow.
And I have 5 cats. I'm looking for homes for their kittens.
Oh
They
my
look
God,
like they look
girl.
like pandas. I know. I'm the
They look
crazy
like
cat lady.
pandas. Oh my
Yeah.
God, you
There's
have to
going
show
to be a
me
new
photo
fetish.
when
It's
we're
like
done.
Catwoman is going to be like,
No, because you can't put pets
Oh, yeah.
on any videos, even if my
because they couldn't
cat.
sign the release. What's the deal?
It's so crazy, but I swear to you, if your cat even walks into frame while
Yeah.
you're doing a sexual act, they will take down the whole video.
Oh, because they assume it's like on the way to bestiality?
I guess I don't even
That
know.
is so weird.
But if I'm like doing, because I do like live cooking and stuff like that on my OnlyFans, and so if I'm doing like a cooking thing and my cat walks in, it's totally fine. But if a vagina is out and a cat walks into the room,
Yeah.
that is, you're fucked.
My
Yeah.
dog did that to one of my best videos.
Oh.
She's in the background the whole time waiting for us to stop. So
Okay,
we can,
I have to ask
she's
this.
If you look in the corner, she's like waiting patiently for us to stop so we'll pet her.
I have to ask this. I don't understand why people just don't put their pets out, like lock or like close the door.
She'll
I have been
cry.
to guys. Okay,
Yep.
She'll cry through the door the whole
then
time.
we're not doing it.
Yeah.
It's so awkward to me when guys are like, "Oh, the cat or the dog will just sit there," and I'm like, "It's looking at me,"
Yeah.
and it's like, I could do it better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so awkward.
Wait,
it's so
you
weird
have
energy.
a dog. You lock your dog out of the room.
There is
when
there is no nothing happening with that dog in the room. It's just too awkward because then later he's looking at me like,
I saw you.
I saw. It's a weird energy. It's like
get
people
it.
that have their kids in the next room.
Oh, well,
Well,
that.
People fuck with their kids in the bed. Who are you talking about?
That is true.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I mean,
Like
But
I couldn't
you
get a
know-
sitter.
yeah. Yeah.
Or I'm fucking the sitter.
Or they're an infant and they let their infant sleep in the bed and they're totally getting, pounded
happens
right next
more
to the
than
I'm
infant.
making a brother for you right now.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. With your you're like breastfeeding and it's still getting pounded. That's fucked up, but I bet it's happened.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Okay. I don't even know where we were. I don't even know how we got to breastfeeding and getting fucked. Oh, with pets. That's
Rescue
where we
pets
were
and
at.
porn.
Yeah, oh,
but
that's
have
where-
you noticed on OnlyFans they don't flag if your cat like walks by the bed or whatever. They don't on OnlyFans. On Pornhub, yeah.
Oh no, I've been.
Really?
No, I haven't been flagged for it, but it's like in the. Like,
TOS.
yeah,
Okay.
it goes
I
pretty
better check my
exclusive.
pets, but there are 10 of them.
Yeah.
It's hard
She was
to
like,
keep
"How
them
am I
out."
gonna get them out of here?" No, I agree with that though. They do. They'll meow at the door. They'll knock at the door. So
Whole
if you
time.
don't have the door open, they're like,
That's
"What are you
you call
doing in
animal
there?"
shelter. I'm sorry. That's like, you are not going to ruin this for me. This 5 minutes is not going to be ruined by you.
This is gonna be the best 3 minutes of my life.
And then
You're not gonna
It's
be
like,
here,
Oh, God, I wish it was just 3 minutes.
or I'm Latino. It's like,
right?
That would be
Oh, God, I
hot, like a
wish.
dog walker video. Like he looks like a hot dog walker, like the dog walker shows
Because he's the guy
up
next
and-
door.
And then you
That's
put
what it
the,
is.
Put the leash on yourself. You know,
Yeah.
I love
It's
that.
hot.
That is hot.
I've
Actually,
seen him in a collar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks
I think
good,
we've
right?
all been in collars here, have we not? Alexander, have you been in a collar?
Yes, I have.
Okay, then
and
yeah.
cages.
Oh yeah, I've done all
Ripping in
sorts
a
of
cage.
things. Oh, I definitely
Would
have.
you like to?
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
You do enough fetish porn, there's lots of cages that
Cages.
come out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, bars and being locked up, and yeah, it's
Well,
all about
jail,
taking
yeah.
away the cages, like cages. Like
You can't even move around.
no, that's the point.
Yeah.
Is that
sort
you're
of
like
on all fours.
yeah, everything's being
Can I have
taken
my
away
socks
from you. You can keep your socks out.
Yeah.
This is my pet. We call him Socks.
Yeah, it's a power play. We call them socks. That's adorable.
Granny's pets.
But I think, like, going back to the business, I think the best thing that you have done is diversify. You know, it's like having the podcast, doing comedy, and then having the porn side. I think a lot of people come and go because they don't know how to handle the business, the marketing part of it, but then they don't diversify what they're doing. They don't have a side hustle or, you know, involved.
A lot of irons in the fire is the
Yeah.
key.
Oh,
Not just-
110%.
Not one form of income.
Right.
Yeah.
What were you doing previous to this? Because obviously you.
Behavioral health care.
Oh, so you're in healthcare as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I-
you were too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I worked in hospitals for like a decade.
I was
before
in
ended porn.
drug and alcohol treatment centers.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you a sober human
Yeah.
yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Congratulations.
4.5 years.
My brother
Thank you.
just
That's
decided
another
to go
good business
sober.
thing is stay out of the alcohol and drugs.
Oh, that's a huge
big
business
one.
part, especially in this industry,
Yeah.
because a lot of people get wrapped up in it. You come in and you have all this money and all this free time,
Yep.
and what am I going to do with it? Well, just get drunk or get fucked up.
And
then-
comedy too. You're at clubs. You're
100%.
getting
That's
free
100%.
drinks. I can't
Yes.
turn
Yeah.
down free drinks. I'm sorry.
And
I'm powerless.
A lot of people pay in drinks. I mean, even when you go to the Laugh Factory, they pay a pay. But when you show up to the Laugh Factory to do sets, they pay you in 2 drink tickets, and then you sign for your check that comes once a year. So you literally are
I did
getting
not
paid
know
in
that.
drinks. Yes.
Wow.
So it's like, here, you showed up to our show, have some alcohol. But I mean, we both did a show the other night, and we're the same human. We're both little drinkers, and we both drove to the show. And neither one of us had a drink, and then they like talked about drinking or something, and we were like, we looked at each other and we were like, do you want to drink?
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah. We're like,
Yeah.
we'll just share one.
Yeah.
We both have to drive. We'll share one drink, and then we'll go home.
I kept looking at her, and Sylvia was like, "Let me buy you a drink." I'm like, "No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy us a drink."
yeah. No, but it's true. It's very easy in both of those industries to get wrapped into something very bad. But the thing about comedy is nobody has the money to do it. So, yeah.
So
at least
funny.
in porn, at least in porn they
You're
have
drinking like the
finances.
leftover glasses.
yeah.
That's so funny that comedians make us laugh so much and like relax, and you know, comedy's got us through COVID.
Yeah.
and then they're all broke
Broke.
and treated
I know.
like crap
Yeah.
unless you sell your whatever to Netflix. And
Comedians are the teachers of the working world.
yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
completely. You need us in life, but we are completely underpaid. It's so crazy. I did the same thing. I started in porn because I wanted to have enough money to pursue my comedy career. That was the whole point. And then here I am 7 years later.
But you love porn and you're great
I do.
at it.
Yeah,
so.
I do. I love both actually. So it's been great.
Do you think you'd ever get in like directing or producing porn?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I, you know, when I look at like Austin Wolf and Trenton Ducat, like I love this.
Yeah.
I found like my home. Like the people are amazing. Like the
Yeah, I say that all the time.
oh
yeah.
my god, just the nicest people I've ever worked with, and I've been in 2 other industries. So I'm like, oh my god, how do I stay in this forever?
Yep.
So I've been looking at like Trent Ducati, Austin Wolf, and I'm like, okay, I've got to start watching what they're doing
Yeah.
now. Like, you know,
Trent
not
Ducati
just
definitely sets the bar high with
He's
everything,
amazing. Yeah, he
directing,
does.
producing.
He's
that,
amazing.
Yeah.
His own clothing line, and yeah, he does
And
it
he
all.
also went into the industry as a sober man.
Yeah.
And he told me that was the
Interesting.
easiest because he could, you know, he knew who to partner with or whatnot, but he had a clear vision of what he wanted, and he was able to have that clear vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear vision. We all need it.
He
I don't
actually
always
just
have
started a fan site too that I'm a part of. Top fan vids. It's like
it. Oh, he did? I didn't know
And it's
that.
like the best of the best. It's like all stars. I have
Yeah.
to
Oh,
be
I
honest.
love
I'm like,
it.
it's he wrangled because he's so amazing. He wrangled all the best
Everybody
K-pop
knows
stars
right,
that'll
right.
just do anything for him or
That's
with
great.
him. Yeah.
So he started like a platform or just a website?
So it's a website. They're calling it the Netflix of fan sites. So we're using it as a really good way to monetize our old content, like that's just been collecting dust. The first video on OnlyFans, and then so it's me, Roman Todd, a bunch of hot guys in Canada.
So
the
it's
hottest
basically
of the
like
hot.
when you say the Netflix, this is what goes into my mind. So you pay $13.99 a month and you get all of these guys?
yeah.
Oh, wow. That
it's
is
the
amazing.
best thing because, you know, when you're like me and you have all these different subscriptions and you're like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all one place.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
right.
awesome.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Is it crypto?
Yeah, I think they do. I think they might.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't have crypto. Do you have crypto?
A little bit.
Good for you.
Just like $600 worth.
That's-
nothing to brag about.
Hey, I would take that. That's more than a lot of people
To
have.
start.
Yeah. I got to get in on that. You have crypto?
No.
No, I don't have crypto. No.
I think it's going to be like a Pokemon card and like a few years be like, what is that? I just have to say something really fast
Yes.
if you don't mind.
Yep, go for it.
Beau Butler has been nominated for a Fleshbot award.
Oh, yay.
Best Ass, Gay Performer, 2 Group Scenes, Movie of the Year. So that's not too
My
shabby.
God, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome. That is a
Yeah.
great welcome to the industry.
Oh, there's like, yeah.
I didn't get nominated for anything for like 5 years.
Yeah, but now you got MILF and Best Fan Site.
Yeah, which I just found out today. Thank you,
cool.
Alexander. So
Amazing.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of help. It's not just me.
We need to add a category, I think, or have it in the industry for the side hustle. You know,
Yeah.
like for comedy, or if you have your own other type
I like
of
that.
company, entrepreneur.
I like that.
Oh.
Let's
I
make
think
that,
that would be
category.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, guys, we did it. We
Oh,
made
wow.
it. That
It goes by so quick.
it does
It
go
flew
by
by.
so fast. It goes by
guys
so
are
quick.
fun.
So before we leave, tell the people where they can find you, Sally.
Oh, cool. Thank you very much. Sally Mullins 818 on Instagram, and I have a special on Amazon called Sleazy Does It, and my porn is Jamie Foster on OnlyFans. I'm Ms. Jamie Foster and Twitter, you know.
Yes.
Thank you.
Please check it out. So great. And Beau?
You can find me at beaubutlerxxx.com. That will link you to all of my fan sites, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah.
He's organized. I'll tell you that much.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for
Thank you
coming
for
on the show and
having
for being
me.
guests. Thank you to Alexander. Thank
Always
you to our sponsors, Fleshbot and CyberSocket. And until next time, guys, adios.
Thank you.